I'm speaking today with Jamie Cordero, who is fighting David Hosek at Octagon 72 this weekend in Prague, Czech Republic. Another big fight, another one for Octagon. Jamie, first of all, we're basically in fight week now. You're looking for your fourth straight win, I believe. So, how's everything feeling coming into this one?
Yeah, I'm feeling great, but it's always the same. Fight week is always kind of annoying, making the weight, the diet and stuff. But energy is good. I'm ready. Yeah, I'm totally looking forward to the whole event. So yeah.
We call it sometimes the fight before the fight. So, what is the cut to middleweight like for you? How much weight do you have left to shave off?
Right now, this morning I was at 90. So since I have to make the championship weight, that's what is it, 83.9. So it's, yeah, 6 kilos now. So, but it's okay. So, not too bad.
Well, that's good to hear. Before we get to the fight itself, I wanted to ask as well. You have spent a lot of time in Octagon. I believe all but one of your pro fights have been for Octagon MMA, which is kind of quite remarkable. What has it been with working with the promotion? Just seeing how far they've come to the point where now they're filling not just arenas but even stadiums.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the whole ride. I was there from the beginning, from the very first event in Frankfurt, like in Germany, the first event in Germany. So yeah, it was crazy to see how the sport grew in Germany, and yeah, like everything that comes with it. Like people know you from Octagon and they recognize you on the streets because they ask, "Hey, aren't you the guy from Octagon? Hey." The crazy feeling that even people like in my city, yeah, know me from these big promotions because like so many people know it. Like my neighbors around, like the kids from my neighbors, like talking about it. They're talking to me, telling me, "Yeah, I'm gonna watch your fight," and yeah, I saw this fight, I saw that, and it's crazy. Like how big this sport grew, like since the beginning of like the Octagon in Germany.
Was very interesting, and I'm glad you brought up the rise in Germany because I wanted to ask you about the sport at home. It seems kind of crazy that the UFC almost has forgotten about a lot of Europe outside of the UK and France. They don't go to Germany, it seems, anymore. They don't go to Sweden, it seems, anymore. A lot of the other areas that they used to touch down in. So you do notice that people are now paying attention to Octagon there. They are recognizing you from the sounds of it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's uh, that's true. I think it has to do also with not too many Germans fighting in the UFC. So maybe that's one reason why like the UFC, yeah, hasn't or the Germany's not the first place that UFC visits. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Definitely crazy because there's obviously a market when you're filling stadiums in Germany.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the fight for a bit now. David Hosek on Saturday. What are you expecting to see from him in this one?
Yeah. So I think he's actually pretty like one. How do you say it? Like one-sided or one dimension
Dimensional? Yeah.
or one-dimensional? Yeah. So he always uses pretty much the same techniques in his last fights, except for that weird triangle he did last time. But that was like I don't know what that was. But yeah, he always throws his left hook, his right overhand, and he's pretty. He boxes a lot, doesn't kick a lot, so easy for read, easy to read, easy to see some holes in his defense. So yeah, I have many options, I guess, for me to finish.
You've obviously scouted him very well just based on that breakdown. But when it comes to preparing for a fight like this, are you somebody who game plans and studies tape over and over, or do you focus more on yourself and your abilities and what you're going to do?
Yeah, kind of a mix of both. So I have a coach that checks that watch the tape, that watches everything, all his fights. But I do it the same also because yeah, I have a different view also on fighters from my feeling, and yeah, I think I have all the skills to beat him, enough enough tools in my box to beat him, and yeah, so if I use these tools um, at the right time, plus plus like a combination of watching the tape and using the tools I have anyway, makes it even easier to beat that guy, I guess.
Gotcha. Well, looking forward to the fight. And then, if all goes according to plan on Saturday, like I said, that's four straight wins. There was that no contest there, but you wound up getting that fight with Milan back and beating him. So that really doesn't matter too much. And, like I said, you got four straight wins then. Where does that leave you in the division? And what's kind of your goal moving forward?
Yeah, for sure. So since I'm on, I think I'm spot 9 right now in the ranking. Yeah, I'm pretty much trying to work myself up. So, yeah, if the best thing would be fighting someone higher ranked than me, and then yeah, getting up that ladder, and then get my title shot one day.
Do you foresee that as a long process? Do you think you can do that in a couple of fights? And how busy are you looking to stay? Because it seems like Octagon's having a fair number of events these days, so you could probably fight a couple more times this year.
Yeah. So I'm gonna I can max fight one more fight this year because I have like a lot of stuff going on. I'm getting my son is getting born. My second child is getting born end of July. I'm opening up a new gym end of this year. So this and also I'm leading my other gym. So this is like a lot of workload coming on to me. So I'm happy when I can get one more fight in this year. But if everything's sorted out for this year, I'm gonna attack next year, and yeah, maybe even already next year if I get the title shot. Why not?
Well, congratulations to hear about the son. You said it's your second child, I believe. So I want to ask you a follow up on that. We hear a lot about how fatherhood, parenthood changes fighters. So how much has being a dad changed things for you?
um, yeah, it definitely changed that. Like I think it changed my drive and my motivation to work harder and to try to get to a point where yeah, this whole thing kind of creates a better future for my kids. So it's definitely motivation. So yeah, that's yeah, it's just motivation. So it's a different kind of feeling, from before. Before I was fighting for myself, for fun. Now it's also kind of I'm fighting for them.
More to fight for sure. And then you mentioned opening up a new gym, and you talked about kind of watching tape and having your own ideas there. So is coaching kind of something you see? Like, let's say when your fighting career wraps up, this is where your career is going to go. You're going to run the gym. You're going to do some coaching.
Exactly. That's the plan. I'm already coaching now, but it's definitely something different when you have to prepare yourself for fights, and you can't put like 100% in coaching because yeah, you have to put 100% also in the fight. But as soon as I'm done with fighting, I'm gonna put 100% in my athletes that I have because I have some very talented guys, and trying to put everything in them to yeah make them the new stars in Germany.
Has coaching made you a better fighter, just in terms of now you're looking at things from a different perspective? You're looking at things from a different angle.
Yeah, 100%. I always sometimes I recommend fighters to teach or to coach because sometimes while you're trying to explain it to someone, you get to new areas of that technique that you didn't even think about before. And yeah, so I think coaching is definitely a thing that um, can bring a fighter to the next level.
Well, it's very cool, and it's also, a lot of people may not understand that in this business, sometimes there's not a lot of money in fighting. Certainly, if you're not at the highest level, and coaching gives you that kind of security as well. Octagon, however, has been doing pretty well. So, kind of a follow up on that. I mean, how nice is it to have a bigger promotion in Europe that has some money, has these big tournaments like the Tip Sport Game Changer, has the potential to kind of be life changing?
Yeah, that's great because also not only for myself because it's great to fight for bigger purses than like a few years ago in Germany, but um, not only for me, also for the guys in my gym that really yeah trying to make a living out of it. It's you can see with Octagon and how they're building themselves up that it's yeah it can be possible or it's more uh, it's easier than it was a few years ago because you have Octagon and that makes a big difference because the guys are motivated to actually to earn some money with fighting and not only doing it as a hobby and earning a little bit to it but to really grow themselves up.
Well, that is great to hear. Jamie, I'm going to ask one more before I let you go, and I appreciate the time as always. June 14th, this Saturday. Give us a prediction if you have one for this fight. How do you see it end? Do you have a finish in mind? How do you see this playing out?
um yeah, I can as always I can't tell you too much of the game plan, but yeah, I'm aiming for a KO this time.
Well, looking forward to it. Looking forward to an explosive finish. Best of luck in the fight. Thank you very much for the time today. Octagon 72, June 14th in Prague. Going to be a good one.
All right, thank you very much, Jay.
You're welcome. You have a great day.
You too.